Hello. I wanted to make a video because a lot of people ask me a few questions, like how do I deal with my anxiety, um, my basically just overall my mental health. Um, I never used to deal with it. I used to just be like, whatever. And then after a while, it started getting worse to where I would isolate myself for like months. I'm not talking, like, I'm not being dramatic or nothing. Like, I would literally just stay in bed, not get out of bed for months. I mean, obviously, I would get up to shower and eat, maybe eat, but that's it. Like, I wouldn't interact with anyone. I wouldn't, want to be around anyone. I would just shut my light off, and just be in bed. It was just something that I I did. And then when I felt like one day I would just wake up and feel a whole not better, but I would just want to be active and or do something. I would That's what I would do. And then I would come out of it. But for the past couple of months, I want to say for the past 6 months, isolating myself has not worked for me, not one bit. And I know, and it's just the one thing that everyone doesn't understand is like when you know that isolation is not good for you, and yet you still do it. It's just because that's something that when you were a child was the only way for you to cope with things because you didn't know any other way because you were a child. I've lived with a lot of childhood trauma, and the fact that that is one way that I was coping, that was my only coping mechanism. I had no other way. No one taught me how to deal with things a certain healthy way. No one, even like with death, like I till this day don't know how to deal with it because I never learned a healthy coping mechanism. I've only learned and seen destructive mechanisms to cope with death. So when people ask me like how do you do it, you get out of bed every single day and you put yourself out there and you do these things and you try to be as active as you can for your kids. It's hard. It is hard. And it's something that it took me a long time to do, but I do it because I want them to learn healthy ways of coping with okay, yes, my daughter, she's 10. She deals with depression and anxiety. And when you have a parent who deals with the same thing, it is 100% likely your children will have it. But it is up to you to change how they deal with things, how they cope with things. Now, when my daughter was maybe 5 years old, I want to say, she witnessed a traumatic event in her life. She witnessed her uncle, who was a teenager, passing away. Like, she witnessed it. She witnessed them giving him CPR. She witnessed the ambulance and the ER people, I mean, the ER people, the EMTs come in and, like, take him. She witnessed all this when she was just a itty bitty child, 5 years old, I believe. And that was her best friend. That was who she was with. Every time she was at her dad's house, you'd see her he was disabled. You would see her in his bed, reading to him, talking to him, chatting her life away to him. So imagine as a 5-year-old witnessing the only person that you were able to, just be yourself around, be taken from you because, their life ended. So it's just like, she has to deal with that. She had to deal with depression. I'm not going to lie. My daughter, from that day on, has been talking about depression, wanting to kill herself. Stuff that's very serious. So when I would go through her journals, because I'm not gonna surpass that. I'm not gonna just look past it. I'm not gonna be that parent. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna try to do my best to get her the help that she needs. I put her in therapy. I put her, I would do cognitive behavioral therapy with her. I did art therapy with her so she can express to me how she was feeling. I did a lot of things to try and help her with her depression and anxiety, but nothing was working. Nothing at all was working. And it was years I was doing it. I was thinking I was having a breakthrough, and I was like this and that. But when I would go in her journals, yes, it's invasion of privacy, but I needed to know if it was really working, and it wasn't. And thank God I did that. Thank God I went through her journals, because she was on the verge of committing suicide. And yes, today she is 10, and today she is depression free. She is the happiest kid you can ever know. She has a passion that brings out any type of feeling that she has. Yes, she still gets anxiety, but who doesn't? She gets nerves, but who doesn't? It's just something that, it's there. It is there. You get nervous before, you go to a job interview. You get nervous before you go, meet someone new. That's the type of anxiety and nerves that she gets. It's it. It's not the anxiety, worry, or she used to always be worried about this and that and this and that. It's not like that anymore. It's more of just the nerves. So what changed for her? Well, May, what is it? 26th maybe, the 6th, I can't remember, but it was in May 2018. Jiu Jitsu came into our lives. Somehow, some way, her dad got involved with the, academy that he started doing for a little bit. And then from there, he talked to me and was like, I know you're doing your best, and I know we're trying everything that we can to help our daughter, but it's obviously not working. And, we both agreed that let's try to get her into, doing jiu-jitsu. Try to see if maybe that'll work. Maybe that would be something that could be her outlet, and something that she can try and, use for, happiness, I guess. So we sat her down and asked her, like, hey, you know what? We're doing the best that we can to help you. We're doing what we can to try to save you and try to just, make you happy again, because, you're whatever. So when we told her, like, yo, like, this is what's gonna happen, like, we're gonna try to put you in jiu-jitsu, her first answer was, heck no. No way, no how. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna freaking go do that. No, I'm not. And I was just like, look, listen. Then that's where I put my foot down. I told her, I don't care what you say. We're doing everything we can to try to help you. Therapists, therapy, just we're doing everything that we can. But it was not helping. And to top everything off, she was being bullied. And I'm not talking about the normal bully where they're talking to her ugly, telling her negative things, calling her names. No. She was physically being assaulted by these little kids every single day. Every single day, my daughter was getting picked up and slammed to the ground by these little kids. Every day. It was not a day that she would, come home with bruises and everything like that. She wouldn't tell me, because if she did, I'm sorry, but I would be kicking some little kids' asses, because no one's going to do that to my daughter, because that's what happened to me in middle school. I would get thrown to the ground. I would have scrapes all over my body because I would be bullied like that, like physically bullied. And it messed with my psyche. It messed with my mind, and it made me self-conscious. It made me feel like I couldn't defend myself. But I didn't have anyone back then. I didn't have anyone to support me like we're doing to her. So I had to just deal with it. I had friends that would have to walk me to class. I had friends that would have to walk me to the bathroom so I can use the bathroom in peace. I never want my child or my children to go through that. So when she's like telling me like these kids are bullying me, but she never told me to the extent of what they were doing, I flipped. I talked to principals, superintendents, teachers, counselors. Nothing was getting resolved. They would just go to the other side of the room, and that was it. She was still getting physically bullied. So enough was enough. I sat her down and I said, look, this is the only solution that is going to happen right here. You are going to try jiu-jitsu, okay? You are going to go to class for a month, and in that month, if you decide at the end of this trial you do not like it, then fine. You don't have to, continue. You don't have to, keep up with it anymore because it's just not working for you. Fine. But you have no choice. You are going to try it. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you fight me with it. You're going to try jiu-jitsu, and you're going to try it for a month. So I gave her, entire month to try it. Not even after the first day, she fell in love with jiu-jitsu and what it was about, and the fact that they're anti-bully. It just something that just like brought hope to our family, because we had no other options. Our daughter was talking about suicide, and she was extremely depressed and unhappy with her life, and she's 10. So it's going on 8 months since she's started jiu-jitsu, and from there, her goal in life now, aside from her usual goals, is to bring awareness to to what it's like to be bullied, like of what it goes through your head, your mentality, just things that it brings your confidence down. She wants to let other kids know. She wants to start a movement to let other kids know in her school and in other schools that you are not alone. You are not alone. If you need help, speak it. Doesn't matter if you think that you're going to get beat up or this and that or that and this. I don't care. Speak up. Speak up. We're losing too many kids in the world over being bullied. I've seen, I don't know how many suicides in the past, 6 months of kids in elementary, in middle school, killing themselves because no one is helping them understand that they're not alone and that there are people out there that will help you. Other kids out there, create a chain. You want to mess with my daughter, if she sees someone being bullied, if she sees anyone being bullied, she steps in and listen, I'm going to tell you now, you stop now. The first thing that you need to do, you tell them, hey, behave, stop. If you don't behave, there's going to be other actions. The second thing, if they don't stop, the second thing, let someone know, hey, this kid's being bullied by this other kid. I've seen it. I've tried to tell him to stop. They're not stopping. If I see it again, it's going to happen. I'm going to have to take reinforcements in order for, them to stop. If they don't do anything about it and they see it happen, or if it's happening to them, they are allowed to, push back. They're allowed to enforce that on them. And it's not our kid's fault. No. It is that other kid's fault for not listening. I told you to stop. You didn't want to stop. I told a teacher to tell you to stop, and you still don't want to stop. So what is my other option? If you're pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, I'm not going to continue to just let you push me. No. I'm going to push back. So put him in a submission. Hold him down until someone helps. That's all they can do. Hold him down until someone helps. The 3 T's: talk, tell, and tackle. The 3 T's. Every child needs to understand that they have options, and that one option that they should never take is committing suicide, because we are here and we want you to be heard. Because I wanted my kid to be heard, and she's being heard. She has been in the newspaper twice, and she's spreading her story through, our local newspaper, San Antonio Express News. So I decided, you know what, let me spread her word through Instagram because I have a good amount of following. And it's just something that it will get out there. It will get out there because everyone needs an outlet. And, you know, that is what hers is. Jiu Jitsu literally has saved my daughter's life. Point blank. Jiu Jitsu saved my daughter's life. She no longer wants to harm herself. She wants to live because she wants to spread the word. She wants to let kids know that they're not alone in any aspect. And that's what, you know, we're going to try to do. And I'm going to help her every step of the way because I don't want any other parent to go through what I went through. And she doesn't want any other kid to go through what she's went through. Till this day, she's been 8 months bully free. 8 months bully free. Imagine your child, if they're being bullied, say that, Mom, I'm 8 months bully free. No one is bullying me anymore. Imagine how that will make you feel. Amazing, because it's made me feel amazing. Having my daughter have a passion for something that she absolutely loves, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You know, she's motivated every single day. She's connecting with so many other children that are out there in the jiu-jitsu community. When she goes to competitions, it's an amazing experience, and it's something that I will say every single time someone sees. She wears a sweater that says, "I didn't choose the life of jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu chose me." It chose her, and in a sense, jiu-jitsu just came out of nowhere, and it started her life of happiness and love and passion. It's an amazing thing, you know. So with that being said, don't forget to smile today. No matter what you're going through, smile. Whether you can't, whether it's hard for you, you're feeling sad, you're feeling a certain type of way, smile. Because smiling, for some reason in the world, it releases a chemical in your brain that it's ultimately what makes you happy. So if you smile, just smile, you'll instantly feel happy. The more you do it, the more it works, the faster it works. Don't forget that you have the power to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way, and to continue to just have self-discipline, because in order for you to succeed in life, you have to put yourself out there. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, is I'm following in the footsteps of my own daughter, because if she can overcome what she's overcame, then I can too. You know, it's not easy having, you know, complex PTSD, MDD, which is major depression disorder, anxiety, ADHD, and you know what? I do have seasonal affective disorder, so it's just all in one, you know? It's a lot to deal with, and it's a lot for someone who's not, who hasn't had the ability to see around her healthy coping mechanisms, and I'm basically starting from, you know, the ground up. So I have bad days, I have good days, I have days where I can just, you know what, I got this, and then there's days where I'm just like, I don't got this. But during those bad days are the days that are going to make me stronger, because as soon as I know that I'm pulling through those bad days, there you go, I'm already 10 times stronger than what I was before, because I keep going, I keep going, and I'm going, and I'm going, and I'm going, and I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop fighting, because if I do, then my brain is going to win, and I don't want that. I want me to win. I want me to overcome this, and I want me to just be able to wake up one day and not have to worry about having anxiety, or if I'm going to have a panic attack today, or, you know, it's stuff that that people like me go through every single day and wake up every day worrying. Like, is today going to be a day where I'm going to be cool and not have to deal with anything? Or is today the day where I'm going to just be stressed about everything and, you know, have panic attacks here, left and right, left and right? For the past 4 days, I've been having anxiety and panic attacks daily. But I'm here today. And I'm okay. I'm not 100%, but I'm okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this video with my quote of the day. Who is the happier man? And I have it written over there. He who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on shore and merely existed. Now that quote is by Hunter S. Thompson. So ask yourself that. Are you going to go out there and live, or are you going to step back and just exist? Thank you.